Hi, everybody, and welcome to the final episode of All Stars 4 for the Right Reality Podcast. My name is Steven, and I am flying solo on this episode. Mixie has not been feeling good the past couple days, so I am flying solo. Oh my goodness, I can't even talk. Flying solo for this last episode here.
But
and
wait.
Oh,
I'm here.
Mama Frank's here. Horns. Oh my goodness. Hi, Mom.
It's been a while since I've been on air, but not so long that I've talked to you like every other day or so. So I'm happy to do it. Happy to fill in. I watched the whole season, 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it again. Looking forward to talking about it.
Oh, that's great. Well, thanks for jumping on and making time out of your busy week to fit in the number one into your routine.
Well, anything for my son, of course.
Oh, she's the sweetest, isn't she? There's people like rejoicing right now. They're so happy. They're so happy to hear your voice again.
I didn't have to do hair and makeup, so we're good.
That is true. There's no video version of this podcast. So if you're looking on YouTube and you're like, where's the video version of this? There's not a video. It'll only be audio only on YouTube right now. So,
yeah.
But let's get to it. I have something that I might have shared with you, but I can't remember. And this will be the first time this season that we are visiting the Conspiracy Corner. Oh, my God. I don't think you've ever been to the Conspiracy Corner before, Mom.
I don't think so. Do I have to whisper?
That's how it works in the corners. You know how it works. Come on.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hey, welcome to the corner. Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's the theory?
Okay,
what's going on?
Here's my Conspiracy Corner thought. I don't know if we were supposed to have 2 more people get stars at the end of the last episode. I think maybe, just maybe, they realized they were not going to have Laurel versus Cara in a final and figured out, hey, we can't do this. We got to give 2 more stars out because we just can't have that. That's not what we want this season to be.
We need Laurel. Yeah,
we have to have Laurel in a final versus Cara. Like, we just, like, it's been the whole thing. We just can't, like, we got to come up with one more thing real quick. So you have some rope we can tie around some trees? Yeah, we got some rope. You got some, like, little... You got like a big star we could put in the middle of the water? Yeah, we got that. How about like some circles that we can like upholster and then they can like raft out on that? Yeah, we got all that. All right, we got another one ready. Cool, great.
Yeah, because I mean she had no competition. That one girl dropped out and your favorite girl, the cute one.
Yes.
Yeah, she didn't stand a chance, unfortunately.
No, and again, like I like to journalism. We like to journalism here. So I've brought a little bit of stats and figures. So here we go.
Okay.
Season 1 had 22 people. There was 9 episodes and a reunion. So again, 22 people, 9 episodes. Season 2, 24 people, 10 episodes. We did have 2 medical DQs and 1 left because of a partner elimination type situation. And they were doing double eliminations. But 24 people, 10 episodes. And season 3, 25 people. 10 episodes. 2 ladies did quit, so they brought somebody else in, Beth, and then Beth did quit. But they did double elimination, so I'm aware there's double eliminations. This season, 25 people again.
Yeah.
12 episodes, and 2 people quit.
Oh.
Now there were single eliminations, so that does extend the season out. But
that's true.
You've done 3 seasons in a row with 10 episodes. And, like, all of a sudden now we have a 12th. Like, feels a little strange that we added something at the end, maybe to get Laurel in. Now, I'm not upset about it. I'm just stating, it's just a little weird. A little strange.
I'm glad they had more episodes. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, we can leave the corner now. I just wanted to get that out there.
No, I think you may be right about that. They definitely wanted Laurel in the final.
Yeah, have Laurel in the final. All right, we can leave the corner. Bye, corner.
Bye.
Oh, man. Out of the corner. How was did you like the decor in the Conspiracy Corner? We've been working on it.
Yes, very, very nice, Stephen. Very nice. Did well.
Yeah. We really built it out. You know, a lot of shiplap in there. You know, we brought in what's her name, Joanne, Joe from Fixer Upper. Lots of shiplap in there. She had just a bunch of leftover shiplap that she decided to put up, and we're like, whatever. We're getting a good deal, so whatever. She's like, do you want to see your Fixer Upper? I'm like, no, we don't need to do the reveal. It's not on camera, so you don't need to do that. Just leave it alone. Yeah.
True.
Corner's never on there. So, I want to know what your overall thoughts now, looking back as the season is done. We're going to get into some specifics here in just a bit. But as the season is now done, what did you think of All Stars 4?
Okay, so I like the fact that I knew so many people on this season. I think 1, 2, and 3, I knew less people. They seemed to be older challenge stars, so I didn't know quite so many of them. This season, I knew a lot, which was great when I know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, obviously, you know all of them from every season, but I did not. I think some of the challenges were really good. I don't know that the finale was anything like the past All-Star ones, which seemed to be very grueling. This one did not, but perhaps that's because they just had one winner and they were trying to get the males and the females to be even on who might win.
Yeah.
That may have been a reason for that. I like the fact that 90% of the season was an individual thing. I mean, they did have some couples and teams, but I like when it's individual, you know?
Yeah, I don't mind the individual aspect of it. And I actually didn't mind the season as a whole and the final as a full, you know, as a final itself. I didn't mind it. I know that's a hot take right now. I put a poll up in the hotties yesterday.
Okay.
And I said, rank the season, A, B, C, D, or F. Grade it, basically.
Okay.
And what do you think has the highest percentage out of those grades? What do you think? What grade do you think has the highest percentage?
B minus.
It was C. 44% of people gave the final itself a C.
Okay.
25% went B. 23 went D. 7 went F. 7% went F, and only 1%, which was basically nobody, was A. You know, just with the percentages left. So
they don't think it was hard enough.
I think that's generally what it is. I mean, there were some people in, you know, who left comments about they didn't like that the end was kind of like blind carnival games. That's according to Kimber. Somebody said it was the worst final in recent memory, which is, you know, crazy. Potentially, you know, I think a lot of people felt let down potentially by the final, considering you have Laurel versus Cara and Leroy in the final, and that's kind of what we got out of it. Here's my general thought on this is I didn't mind it when I look back, and now I have a 2020 vision of the whole season. What the problem was, they didn't set up the expectations of what this season was. To me, it needed to be better about leveling the expectations that this season of All-Stars is going to be completely different for the first 3.
Yeah.
You said earlier the first 3 finals were brutal.
They were.
So now I have this expectation that this is going to be the same thing.
And they were older in the last
Correct.
In the last 2. And now they seem to be,
not
all of them, but they seem to be a little younger, and they probably could have done more.
Oh, 100%. This was, I think, probably like the youngest, because you even said you knew most of them.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of OGs like the first season or the second season. And then this is what we got out of it. I think if you look at the finals and match the final versus what the dailies and the elims were, they were telling you that all season, but they didn't. They didn't say that at all. Like, look at,
Right.
I mean, I complained when we had Rachel versus Cara, and the elimination was throwing knives at a wall. That should have been the telltale sign that the final was going to be exactly what we got.
True.
You know, we had no real physical banger eliminations.
No, we did not.
And so realistically, we should have known all along, but they didn't do that from a storytelling perspective or setting the stage early. Like, you think you've seen All Stars before. This is completely different. This is not like anything you've seen before. We're going old school. And they did do that. They were trying to show flashbacks, the photos with them when they were older and stuff like that. But I don't think that message was like communicated well. But again, I didn't mind it. It's just like, okay, I wish we had something better for the people that got to the final.
I think an endurance thing would have been good, like stay up half the night. Something that the men and women are equally, capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that would have made it a little harder, but they didn't even do that. I mean, they slept on that, whatever that rope thing was.
Yeah.
They slept all night, it wasn't anywhere near as hard as we've seen in the past on this particular version of the challenge.
You're 100% right. Again, I don't mind it because I think we said this. We can't keep topping every season, making it harder and harder and harder and impossible.
Right.
Because especially for All Stars, you're going to have a very hard time getting some of the older people to come compete.
For sure.
When they look at those finals and go, yeah, I'm not running up the side of a fucking mountain. What's wrong with you?
I'm 40 or 50 years old. I don't think so. Yeah.
I can't. Yeah, that's just not happening. I'm not going to, need a hip replacement after doing the season. That's just not happening at this point. So I like the reset. I just wish the expectations were better for us.
Mm-hmm.
And, if it was a different crop of people who got to the final, I don't think we would have minded it as much. But because it was Cara, Laurel, Leroy, we were just like, this is what we're giving them. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they could have stepped it up, but by that stage of the game, I mean, how can you change everything?
You can't. I mean, it was
set up.
Yeah, and I just wish they would have clarified that from the get go, at least to the audience.
Yeah.
Whatever. I heard through the grapevine you might have some good and bad stars of this episode.
I do have some.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
You've been doing them every episode, so I thought I would contribute this time, and I've got 3 bad stars and 3 good stars. So,
oh my goodness!
You ready?
Goodness. I'm so ready. Let's go.
So I'm going to do the bad stars first.
Okay.
And my first one is a very bad star.
Oh my goodness!
And that is Tony leaving.
Yeah.
I was so excited to see him back on the challenge, and I've only seen one season of Real World. And that was the one in Chicago. And that's the season Tony was on and absolutely loved it. Not that I have any seasons to compare it to. But he was so good on the show. And every time he's been on the challenge, he's made friends. It's been great. But I was so maybe not as sad as the other, what's her name, who was with Laurel. The firefighter. What's her name?
Nicole.
Sorry, I lost her name. Maybe not quite as sad. I wasn't crying hysterically like she was, but yeah, very sad to see him go. My second bad star is the fact that Laurel won after being given 3 more stars.
Yeah.
I mean, she had a chance to go in during, that one challenge, and she decided not to, or the one elimination at the end. She decided not to go in.
Mm-hmm.
And then, she won the star at the very end and then got 3 given to her. And I honestly do not think that she would have won if she hadn't been given those. And the third bad star is poor Steve, who I think would have won if he had listened more closely to the rules.
Oh, boy.
You can only use 1 star per rotation of the task to be completed. Poor guy. I kept waiting for him to put 1 down, and I'm thinking, he's at the end. I mean, I was following that. He's at the end. He hasn't used one of his 2 stars.
Yeah.
And then he used one, and then he's trying to use the other. And then that guy came up to him, obviously in production, and went, can't do that. So sad.
Yeah, because clearly that last one was going to take the most amount of time because they had to rig you up. So I think everybody realized, hey, we're using one on that last thing, which again, to me, if you're production, seems like a bad idea.
They shouldn't have let him do it on that one. They should have all had to do that first or last.
You would have had to use it on the other mini games. Yeah,
yep, mini game.
Nixie was right. This was Mario Party. The final was Mario Party. It really was. She didn't even watch the season and she knew it was Mario Party.
Yeah.
I feel like she got tipped off. That's what it probably was.
I agree.
She got tipped
but,
off.
you know, there's always a twist at the end, which usually seems unfair for the final. You know, something happens and you go, well, you know, this hasn't happened all season. Why are they doing this way? It always seems to happen. But, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you to a point. I do, yes. Tony leaving, very sad. I hope we get him again at some point.
Me too.
Laurel winning with the extra stars. I don't see why the stars were necessary at a certain point. Like, we got what we got. Like, we got to the final. So the stars' advantage, I believe, was kind of this, like, again, weird, like, production storytelling where it's like, you know, we said this was all about your connections and, like, how well you can, like, keep friends in the house and who's on your team. And so we need to have a through line to the final that is a point for the whole season. It's like, no, we don't. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about that. You did give us an advantage type thing, which was the advantage and elimination checkpoints. I don't think we needed anything else after that.
No, I agree. It made the final unfair in my mind. I mean, mess around during the season, but not in the final. So
yeah, I felt it was an unnecessary thing to do overall to impact the final. Not that we haven't done stuff like that in the past.
Yep.
But as that final went, that I mean, we're not talking about shaving 30 minutes off your time. We're like, you get to skip one of these puzzles 3 or 4 times potentially. So immediately you're going to be ahead of the game.
Yeah. Poor Adam.
Oh, Ace. Yeah.
He didn't have a clue, did he? He had pieces still in the box. He had pieces on the side. He was just zoned out. Once he ate that cockroach, he was out.
He felt bad for that cockroach, man. And then, like, at the very end, he set them all free. That was hilarious. It's like, go on, be free. And I'm like, maybe those aren't native to South Africa, my guy. You can't just be letting bugs out everywhere, you know?
Yeah, let's hope. Oh, my God.
Let's get the bug wrangler back and see if they're native species to that area. We can't be disrupting the ecosystem in that part of South Africa with just random cockroaches being let out.
I loved it.
What was your you had your the last
the third one was Steve. The third best.
Yeah, that last one, we have to button up that final one that everybody should have had to do. The big swing thing. It would have been great visually to have everybody up there. It would have kind of equalized everything from before that, even if you didn't have the stars, you know. But the fact that you have to wait on production to, like, hook you up and do their safety checks.
Yeah.
It takes something completely out of your hands, which I don't really like from a competitive standpoint, but it is what it is. It was fun seeing him swing around and be upset, you know, as somebody's like rigging him up and Laurel's running by. He's like, God damn it.
Poor guy.
He must have been so frustrated in that moment, just thinking,
of course,
I win in all these finals, and that's literally the only thing I kind of screwed up at this point was that.
For sure, yeah. So I have 3 good stars, too.
Yes.
So my first good star is Leroy faking the screams from that room after he finished the electrical challenge.
Fantastic.
Oh, my God. That was so hilarious, so believable. Everyone thought it was happening. He was so good at that. I love
my
Leroy.
goodness.
I've always loved Leroy. You know, I wish he would have gotten further, but he wasn't a sore loser. You know, he's kind of like, I've enjoyed this, going back to my baby. And but that was hilarious. Good job for him going first and faking all that, you know?
Yeah.
My second good star is the fact that Laurel and Cara hugged at the end of the finale.
Yeah.
They've been friends forever. You know, I do not know that I saw Carl and Laurel on their first season. I've been watching it for many, many, many years, probably 10 years with you. But I hope they remain friends. I can see, you know, they were challengers during the season and I had a few bad things to say to each other. But I really like that they were hugging and making up.
I wonder if Cara did want to hug her there in that moment, but
yeah,
I wonder if the roles were reversed there, how that would have gone.
Maybe not the same.
If Cara was like, come on, Laurel, give me a big hug. Come on, bring it in. Let's hug it out.
Now that probably, you're absolutely right. That might not happen.
It might have gone differently. I don't know. It could not have, but it could have gone differently.
It could have gone differently. I love both of them. I mean, I always have. So
yeah.
My last star is a great star.
Oh.
TJ looking so hot. Yes, I can say that. In the RV camper.
With all the
finalists. The finalists. That was so friggin' funny. And the music, of course, was great. But just seeing him, you know, just driving down the road with his shades on and, you know, someone saying you're going too fast. And he went, you know, this is my speed. I go fast. And everyone talking to each other and saying, are we there yet? And she's touching me. It was hilarious. I enjoyed that.
I did too. I thought it was a great little moment. I think they had a lot of those this year. And again, if we look back at it, it was clear that they were trying to do something different with this season. But I don't think we expected the final to be what it was. And I think that's why people are disappointed. Mm-hmm. Again, like, it always comes down to expectations and managing those. I think they could have done better in the edit, trying to communicate that to us. But it was enjoyable. It was fun. And that's kind of what I like my challenge seasons to be a little bit, is I need more fun. And they definitely provided the fun this season, especially in the final when they brought out TJ Lavender. Oh my goodness. My goodness gracious. They understood. A few episodes I gave out my star of the season to TJ, like taking off his shirt and that little like montage thing where he pulled off his shirt after all the guys took off their shirts to get ready for the elimination. And they were like, oh, you gave out your star of the season before we even got to the end of the year, huh? Well, we got something up our sleeve. We got Mr. TJ Lavender ready for you. So they wanted me to tempt it to change because they gave me a good quote. The quote of the season, which is,
God put TJ Lavin on the earth to do two things: ride bikes and blow air horns.
I need that on a shirt. I might make shirts.
Oh, well, wait. Nixie may add one. Scream over water, right? When he like scream over water.
Screened by the side, yeah. Screened by cliffs near water, yes, near a body of water.
Yeah. So those three things, but yeah.
My goodness, that was incredible, and he was screaming goal. He was trying to do like a Ron Burgundy. That was his version of Ron Burgundy, and it was great. He looked like he was loving life in that moment. You know,
he did, didn't he?
They had like a fake control room, like he was like really like watching. I'm just like. They had to think about setting up this control room, what they were going to put on the screens in the control room. Somebody had to make that graphic. It's just like when they go to that, like those lengths to do small things like that, in my head, I'm like, could we have not have thought about some of the other things? Like telling us this was going to be a different type of challenge this season? Like to manage the expectation? No? Okay. Yeah, whatever.
He certainly looked better than last year with the train conductor outfit on.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Never again.
No, that was not his shining moment.
No. I think they looked at the World Championship thing, and like the moment people remember from World Championships is him as a weird train conductor with an outfit that doesn't fit, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to do that again. It's not worth it. Can't do that.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, if you were Cara and Ace and you had those 3 rooms to pick from, you could do the hammer, you could do like the marble run thing, which is like a weird version of putt-putt, or the lighting of the things on fire. Which one would you have done first, second, and third? Like, what order would you have gone in?
I think the order that Cara did, simply because I don't know that I could have. I mean, obviously Laurel and Steve, they hammered that thing in rather fast, but it just seemed like there may have been some kind of a trick to it, or you smash the nail down and you can't get it straight. But no, I think Cara picked the right room. I'm not afraid particularly of fire, so I think that I don't know that my throwing skills would have been that great, though.
Yeah.
It might have taken me some time. But that, and then maybe the hammer, yeah, that bowling thing, not good. Not good.
No.
Nicole had a dreadful time at that. Although, what's her name?
Veronica,
yeah, she did rather well. I think her time was okay in that.
Nicole was like throwing it down the ramp.
Right.
She was like propelling it like it was a bowling ball or something. And she just needed to like
dropping in.
Yeah, to treat it like Plinko on Price is Right. Just drop it. Let it go.
Plinko's your favorite game, Stephen.
Plinko, my goodness. What a great game.
In case the fans do not know, Stephen was on the Price is Right.
I was.
Stephen LaFranc, come on down. You're the next contestant on the Price is Right.
He went down, unfortunately didn't get down onto the stage because
I got dollared up by someone. If you're new to the show, somebody gave, like, I said like 2,300, they said 2,301 or whatever the number was. I blocked the number out of my memory.
How dare they do that to my son? Anyway.
It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. That was a bad star. That was a bad star.
Yeah, so I think they did it in the right order. But Laura was, she was ready to knock those nails in.
The other thing that I noticed at one time, when I forget exactly where they showed it, but they put a timer on the screen. They showed what time it was.
Yeah.
It was like 8:17 at night or something like that. I'm like, oh, that's
right.
That's weird. That's weird that we're showing that it's 8:17 at night. Just before they did the hose ball thing outside. And you would think, I don't know, maybe having a firefighter play a game featuring a fire hose could be an advantage.
Well,
but I'm not producing the show, you know?
Well, that is true.
I don't know.
That is true. But obviously it wasn't, because Steve was having a go at her the entire time, wasn't it?
It was great. I loved it. I loved it. And then she tried to like start squirting him in the face. And she's just like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You're going to blind them. You can't do that.
Yeah. She's a cry.
Which I thought was quite funny, considering she was the one who got in Cara's face when they were doing the knocking the balls out of the cargo net thing a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's true.
Right? And they're like, well, what are you going to do about it? Everybody's teamed up on you. You're not going to do anything about it. She wanted to start it. Then everybody teamed up on her and Laurel. And she got upset. So now it's like, well, yep, everybody's even now. Everybody's even now.
Oh, yeah. You got to give it and take it.
Yeah. 100%. I really liked like all the mini games, if you were, during the final. I thought at some point we were going to get something a little bit tougher towards the end. But when they did the cargo nets, and I'm looking at the time left on the episode, I'm like, we don't got much time left. You know what I mean? Like, we can't possibly have them run up a mountain. And even TJ said, we're not, it's more than running up the side of a mountain. I'm like, okay, well, It is running up a mountain and other mini games, right? No, just one of them.
They ran, but only at the end.
Yeah. And Laurel, I believe, was very far ahead of Cara. They never showed them in the same shot, which to me means
true. Yeah,
it was
looked
very
like
far.
when she left that she wasn't that far behind Laurel, but I think she was. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing that I find quite interesting. So Laurel actually suffered an injury when she was doing when she got her final star.
Oh.
I guess when she got into that tub or got out of that tub, I think when she got in, she she tore her meniscus, or she had a meniscus injury.
Oh, really?
So I don't know how that would have affected if we would have had if they would have had to run pretty far or go up a mountain, that would have been like a big change. Or if her and Cara or her and Steve were like on an even start at that point, I wonder how that would have affected her, if it affected her at all. But I feel like the longer you would have gone, the more that would have hurt.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then they rested. So it was the next day they actually did the finale, right?
When they started, yeah, I think it was probably the next day. Yeah.
Okay, so she probably had someone first aid or something help.
Yeah, but I mean, you and there's levels of torn meniscus. I mean, a guy I used to live with, RC, RC, he tore his meniscus at some point, and he really couldn't walk. He famously leaned over to get an ace bandage, or he squatted down to get an ace bandage at Walmart when he was living with me, and then could not get back up.
Oh, good Lord.
Sat on the ground and called me, and I had to come get him from Walmart.
Oh my God, really?
And he felt so embarrassed because, at some Walmarts, everybody, there's that like area where people line up for the pharmacy, and the ace bandage was like in that area. So there's like people waiting to get their like blood pressure medications, and he's just like laying on the ground, and everybody's like, "You good?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." They're like, "You're just laying here." He's like, "I'm good." Because that is what you would ask. You see somebody laying down in Walmart, you go, "Hey, are you good?"
Or homeless.
Yeah, if they say yes, you have to question their mental well-being.
Well, didn't the pharmacist come over and help them?
I don't think so.
They're not allowed to come from behind the counter.
He's like, people were like stepping around me, stepping over me. I was like, well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'll be there. I'm on the way. I'm coming home from work. I'll be right there.
Oh, dear. You rescued him.
I did rescue him. Yeah, he had a torn meniscus. He had to have surgery. So. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. It was a great season, I think, overall. We got a Laurel versus Cara season. We got them both in the final. Maybe thanks to the Conspiracy Corner. Who knows?
That's true. So what's up next, Stephen? Which challenge venue is up next?
I think it's season 40. It will be next.
Okay.
And if the timelines are what the timelines usually are, now we don't have like a summer season this year.
Are they going to do another USA or not?
No, it doesn't appear to be that way. Yeah.
That's okay with me.
No, I think they're filming All Stars 5 right now.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Now, when will that actually air? It has to be sometime in, I would assume 2025 at this point.
Okay. But season 40 of
40 will be the next one. Yeah. 40 will be.
Have you heard anything? Anyone who's going
people, a lot of people know who's on that. Again, I do not like to look at all.
I know, that's true.
So I avoid that as best as humanly possible.
Uh-huh.
If we're looking at the way the last 3 seasons, so season 37, Spies, Lies, and Allies came out August of 2021. Now that season, we didn't have a USA in the middle of that to get us during the summer.
Yeah.
The Ride or Dies was mid-October. And then Battle for New Champion was mid-October as well. So considering we don't have a summer show, it's June now. They did wrap 40 like a month and a half ago, I think, at this point now, something like that. So maybe August, end of August, September-ish, I'm thinking.
Okay, that's good.
So who knows? I mean, they might hold it to October. I don't know. I feel like they've been trying to capitalize on running them out as soon as possible behind each other. So we'll see on that. I don't 100% know.
And the venue, I mean, are they going to another country for this?
I don't know where it was, but yeah, everything is shot outside of the country, I think, for legal reasons.
Legal reasons.
For legal reasons, they shoot it outside, I think, for insurance, for crew cost, for hotel cost, for what you can actually get away with doing things in other countries in terms of safety and
Eating
stuff like that.
Eating gross.
Yeah, and I think just taking them out of the country and stuff, yeah, I mean, they might get some money from some of these places to do that. Also, renting a house renting a house that big in the United States would cost a lot of money to renovate them for some other places. So I think that's part of it. Now, I want to set up something for you. I have a way of fixing the challenge.
Okay.
USA is done. I think World Championships is done. I think we have two versions of the show. It's All Stars and it's the flagship. Now, here's the problem. Up into this season, they were the two same shows. It was just a shorter version of the same show. Now, what I would like to do is fix the challenge. Here's my pitch.
Okay.
We're going to have 3 different versions of the challenge. We're going to have the flagship. It's going to be 20 episodes. It'll have like the $1 million, the big prize, bigger appearance fees because you're going away from longer. It's the challenge we all know and love. It's puzzles, it's endurance, it's physical eliminations. It's the same for the dailies. It's all of those things. We need to balance them as best as humanly possible.
Okay.
You're going in against other people. We're not doing, mercenaries. We're getting rid of that. There's nothing that those people have. There's no value bringing those people in. They're on the season or they're fucking not. No more of that. I don't like it. Get it out of here.
Yeah.
So that's one version. The flagship, 20 episodes, bigger cast, $1 million, bigger appearance fees, balancing puzzle, endurance, and physical eliminations. That's one version.
Okay.
Version 2 is a real all-star season. We're doing 8 to 10 episodes. It is a shorter time to film. I think 10 is the right number. And these are for the people who have been on the real version of the show somewhat recently, or maybe not, but have kids, real life shit, real life jobs outside of the show because they've kind of been phased out because they can't go away for 3 months and film a show.
Right.
And I don't need a big cast. Like, I don't need to have, again, this season was 24 people we started with. I don't need 24 people, you know? I don't have to have that. Give me 18, give me 16, give me something like that. And it has to be the same version of the big show. It's puzzle, endurance, elimination things. We're calling it All-Stars.
Yeah, people who are still capable of doing that stuff. Yeah.
There you go. Exactly. So when we're casting, we have to understand, like, okay, this is what we're doing. We can't have people come in and, like, quit because it's too hard for them.
Yeah.
So we're making a smaller version of the big show. It's less prize money because you're not going away for as long. It's less money on the appearance fees.
Yeah, but fun to see some of the All-Stars back.
Correct. Somebody, and here's the thing. Leroy said, I can't do the show again. And then they offered him this. They're like, we'll bring your bride. You guys can come together. It'll be fun. They're like, sure, because we're only going away for however long, 5-6 weeks. That's manageable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wes might be able to get away for 5 weeks at a time, or 4 weeks. If we're doing 8 episodes, you might be able to film that in a month. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know that he'll be back. I would love it, though.
Yeah, but some of these people, like, you might be able to convince, like, hey, you don't have to go away for 3 months. Like, you can go away for a month. A month and a week. Here's our production schedule. We're going to make this quick and easy. That's the real All-Stars version.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to do a legit OG's version, what everybody was originally clamoring for. And we do it the style that they did this year. We do the wacky puzzles. We do like, oh, we're going to put you in a van and we're going to spin the van around. You're going to get out and listen to things on the radio and unlock suitcases.
Yeah.
We're going to do one of the final dailies, which is like literally like throwing a lasso, or lassoing, as I like to call it, and pulling yourself towards the finish line. Stuff that like most able-bodied people can do. Our eliminations will be similar in fashion to those types of things. Things we had this year that are not overly physical. Bouncing up and down on a trampoline and doing a puzzle. That's an OG season we can do. Smaller money, 10 episodes, same amount of people.
Uh-huh.
And you're going to get some OGs who now like, hey, like I saw those first seasons. Again, I don't need to get a hip replacement. Please let me do this version of the show. I'm in, it'll be fun. And then you pitch it as a fun show.
Yeah. People who've watched the challenge since the beginning, like you and millions of other people, would just love to see them come back. Even if, as you say, if it's like 10 episodes, it would be great. Right. It's a money-making thing.
There you go. And what I think you could do is just, as they tried to do this season, lean into the nostalgia.
Yes.
Here's a daily we did in season 8, episode 4. This was the daily. That's what we're doing today. That
would be so much fun, wouldn't it? Picking some of the best of the best.
And that's what they kind of did this year with the luge thing. They did that. And that's what I was saying. Like, we could have easily just done that the entire season if that's what we're going for. But it didn't make sense to me with somebody like Cara and Laurel. This is Cara's first one back. And to do, I don't want to call it a watered down version, but it's kind of what it ended up being. Of that is not what I really wanted, Yeah. So have your OG season, and then we'll do the flagship, which goes every year in the fall. Then 6 weeks or so after that's over, we're going to switch year after year between OGs and All-Stars.
Yeah, I think that's...
So every other year, you will have OGs. The next year after the flagship, you'll have All-Stars.
Okay. Well, give me a day or two. I'll make a few calls and we'll make that happen, Stephen.
I love that. I love it. You'll make some calls for us. Yes.
I wish I knew someone who could make that happen, but unfortunately I don't.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure people who can make that happen are listening to this podcast right now.
I hope so. Yeah, you got some great ideas.
We got great ideas here. And they just take them and they don't give us credit. I look every episode to see if me and Mixie's names are in the credits. And we're not.
I know. As your granddad used to say, just suit me up. Suit me up and put me down there.
We're ready to go.
Yeah.
We're ready to fly in. We're ready to go.
Uh-huh.
Like bring us in. Talk to us. We want to help you.
Someone out there doesn't want to lose a job by giving it to you.
You can keep your job. We're coming in as a consultant.
Okay.
As a consultant basis,
Yeah, minimal charge.
Very minimal charge.
Yeah, just to be there would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, I don't know if I want to sit in some of these climates and sweat my balls off, but you know what I mean. At least bring us in, put us in the AC production truck or something,
I don't know. Look at all these stars you get to meet.
That's true. I mean, they all love us anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, they do. Of course they do.
Yeah, we're celebrities in our own right.
Okay.
Mom, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for jumping on. Everybody at home, give her a round of applause. Mom LaFranc back on the podcast.
I was very happy to do it. It's great. I love watching every season of the challenge. Some are better than others. Some of the contestants better than others. Some of the, I don't know, like the romance and the fight and this kind of stuff. I like that too. Like all of that.
I think we're going to have a lot of that on season 40.
Oh, okay. Rumor has it.
Yeah. Yeah. Rumor has it. Oh, we can't play that song. I can't sing that. Okay.
Take that back. Cut that.
Take it back. Delete it. Cut it.
Okay.
All right, Mom, I love you very much. Thanks for coming on. And Hotties, thank you so much for joining us on the season. I'm glad we could get a couple episodes in there for you.
Yeah.
Undetermined what show we will be doing next if we're doing another season. It might be a week or two till we're back. We're going to go back to our fun episodes. Me and Mix talking about a lot of things. If you have a draft that you would like us to do, please let us know what type of draft we would like. We're going to start doing some drafts. We have a couple in that we like the idea of. I think, I'm pretty sure everybody was on my side about the soup dumplings. So, you know what I mean? It's just absolutely insane stuff that we're going to have during drafts. But if you have any ideas for any type of episodes you'd like to hear from us, any advice you need from me and Mix, you know where to reach us. Instagram DMs, in the comments of the YouTube video. Join the Hot Take Hotties. Put a message in there. Other than that, we will see you when we see you. We love you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.